Now I'm going to show you the technique which is required for deeper chambers on sewers. This chamber we're currently working on is about 2.5 meters deep, and you will need a tube. If you try to do it without the tube, the rods would just be loose within the chamber and you wouldn't be able to push them or pull them and have what you're looking for down the sewer. So what you would do, for example, you got your noose gadget. This is the one we're going to demonstrate for this purpose. So I would get my rope, attach the magnet to the metal thing on the end. This will take the rope through the tube for me until it comes out the other end. Now it's out the other end, I need to feed a rod up the line and another rod up the line. The reason being is this is a 150mm noose and this is a 100mm tube, so it physically won't fit through it. Tighten your spanners in the usual way, using the Retrieval rods 3/4 from Bailey Products and the rubber grommets, and make sure they are spanner tight. Feed that up the line and we can see it protruding out the top. I'm going to put on 1 more meter because I want it protruding out a bit more than what it is. You'll see why in a minute. So again, tighten him on, and now I can attach my noose. Again, never finger tight, always lock them off with a spanner nice and tight. Now I'm ready to attach the cord to the noose. So tighten that on so it cannot come off. I've already preset the cord in the correct position. I now use the tape we talked about to stop the cord prematurely pulling on displaced joints. This tape will hold the cord steady until I'm ready to pull it. I'm now ready to put my retrieval tool into the sewer. Position it over the sewer with about 1.5 feet dangling out of over the end. You then pick up hold the rod and the tube, walk forward until it goes down inside the sewer. When you're inside the chamber, you need to push your tube to the far end, keeping the rod out in front, which then propels it down the sewer, as you can see, without any effort. If you tried to get it in where the tube is right now, you would struggle because it wouldn't be in the right position. Now we're ready to put the camera down the line. As you'll see the difference in these two skids, this one is a reduced skid designed for retrievals. This one would be too big because it wouldn't allow your rods to be able to maneuver properly within the sewer. I'm now going to feed down the camera, and all the time I'm looking on the tube, on the screen. Camera is now in the line. Now I'll start feeding the rods down, trying to make sure I keep the rope going down with the rods as we go and I don't pull the noose. Paul now will also feed down the camera. Keep adding your rods on. Until you've reached your target. Now on my target, I've got enough rod left here to be able to work with. If it was against the tube, you need to add a 1 meter rod because you're going to be pushing forward and pulling backwards. So that's enough for me to work with at the moment. I now will attach the handle. Now I'm going to push forward, and now I've got to try and get the rod inside the noose. Right, now it's over the rod. I need to push down on this whilst pulling on the rope. because if I just pull on the rope, it'll pull it back off the rods. So that's what I'm going to do now. So I'm pushing down and I'm pulling back. I've now got the rod, and now you leave go. I've got it now. So I can take the handle off, and now I'm just going to use the rope. I'm not going to use the rods at all, because by just using the rope, I'm keeping firm pressure on the rod that I'm removing. And as they come out, the camera can come out now if it wants to. It's not, we've got hold of the rod, there's no need for the camera now. If it comes off, we'll go back down and get it again. So we'll remove that so it's out of the way. That's the camera out. Now I've got my tool to the edge of the chamber. If I tried to drag it out now, the angle would be too tight and it just wouldn't come. So what you need to do is hold the rod and hold the tube and push the pressure down against the base of the chamber, dragging the tool clear of the line. Now it's out of the mouth and you can retrieve your object. We can just simply lift and remove it. That is the technique for using the rope and the retrieval tools that require the rope, but it's exactly the same method for the other tools of entry and exit, and obviously maneuvering up to your debris within the line. Exactly the same technique. You can even join two pipes together with a coupling on deeper chambers. Like I say, this is a 2.5 meter deep chamber, and we've just shown how you can remove stuff from it without the need of excavation. In addition to the retrieval training, we would recommend that you use the Bailey blue rods, 3/4 inch, with the lock fast ends, the 2 meter and the 1 meter rods. And also they'll come in with the grommet attached. We also recommend from Bailey's a non-stretch yachting rope. So when you pull on the rope, it is going to activate the tool straight away, and you're not going to be taking up the stretch in the rope. This is another Bailey product. It's the handle, which you will need to maneuver your tool into the correct position to be able to retrieve your item. That's also lock fast. We use different size tubes depending on the deep depth of the chamber that you're on. We normally start at about 1.5 meters and a 2.5 meter, and sometimes over a 3 meter tube if you can fit them on your works van. And you would use a coupling to join two together on a deeper chamber. But these, along with the spanner, are the minimum requirements to carry out retrievals.